right, here we go. Today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. For Monday, the 24th day of January. And, of course, the big talk has been the possibility of the next system bringing some winter weather to parts of the region. And really, you look overall at the track guidance, and it's taking a very favorable track to bring wintry precip to parts of our region. The problem is simply not enough cold air in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. But with that said, I still think some snow is going to fall, or at least has the potential to fall in some areas. Let's start off with a look how we're looking this morning at the radar. And there's one pretty weak system, upper level disturbance, moving through parts of the Carolinas. A flurry or two is a possibility briefly this morning with that, but no significant precipitation. Really, the area to key on is right here near the Texas Gulf Coast. That is the beginnings of our next big area of low pressure. It does indeed look like it's going to be a pretty powerful low as it moves on through. Here we go with temperatures, and it is bitterly cold over the New England states this morning. Some single digits and sub-zero temperatures up that way. But notice there is not any fresh cold air plunging down through the plain states. Now, if we had an area of high pressure that was going to stay anchored up here, boy, it's a perfect temperature setup up here to get good cold air damming, but it's just not going to happen in terms of pronounced long-lasting cold air damming signature. Let's go to the upper air chart this afternoon, and here comes the disturbance diving down. Well, I got the wrong thing. Let me get the right telestration. Here we go, right here. And that's going to really crank this area of low pressure. They'll then lift up near or probably just inland from the Carolina coast. Look at the upper air feature by 7 a.m. Wednesday. And the old phrase here is cold core upper air low, weatherman's woe. And that does indeed apply here. Those things almost always have some tricks up their sleeve and some surprises and twists and turns. And you just have to watch the track of these upper air lows. It'll get right overhead of the Carolinas here as we get into Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon. And almost always in that type of setup, somebody gets some heavy wet snow for a period of time. So let's kind of take you through how things look. This is today on the Zero Z GFS. I'm going to show you the GFS, then I'll show you the Euro here with this upcoming system. A lot of clouds today, Piedmont highs generally in the 40s this afternoon. Okay, let's go out to 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. The low pressure there in the northern Gulf gradually getting a little better organized, and this is all rain that's spreading through the Tennessee Valley into the Carolinas. I think as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening, that's when the best opportunity for rain begins to arrive. The low sharpening up a bit there near the Florida Panhandle. And remember that upper air feature I showed you? That's causing these heights aloft to crash, and so you probably have a chance back in North Mississippi by Tuesday afternoon and especially Tuesday evening of kicking over to a period of some wet snow. There you are Tuesday evening. The low pressure centered in southeastern Georgia on the GFS. 6 hours later, the low is not far from Wilmington. And again, notice you kind of get this banding type feature that develops back here where the air aloft is so cold with that upper air low, and so parts of Tennessee and Kentucky, maybe North Alabama, could see that wet snow for a period of time. Here we are. This is Wednesday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and through that point in time, any precip generally has been in the Carolinas. Once you get outside of the mountains, has generally been rain, and even some rain involved in the mountains with this before the colder air aloft moves in. Now let's go finally here to Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. That's when those colder temperatures aloft spread into the interior parts of the Carolinas, and that's when there'll be the chance for the system to end as a little bit of wet snow. So again, let me just surmise. The general idea with this system is it's for the Piedmont of North Carolina, upstate of South Carolina. This is a mainly rain-producing system, but there is the chance that this ends as a period of wet snow as the upper air low moves overhead. Here's the European. Tuesday evening. Okay, 12 hours later, this is Wednesday morning, and you can pick up pretty clearly the European picking up on that banding feature, that possibly some snow there. Let's go 6 hours later, and I know this is probably a little tough to see. This is showing you the 540 thickness line, and notice the heights crashing here on the backside of this system. So it's possible with that upper air low that there could be a period of wet snow somewhere from North Georgia, the upstate of South Carolina, and I think especially into the parts of the Piedmont of North Carolina, Wednesday later in the afternoon into Wednesday evening. The Wharf. This is the accumulated snowfall product through 72 hours, and at this point in time, that ran through 1 a.m. on Thursday. And it's painting that same general idea, as the system may be ending as a little bit of wet snow. And finally, the NAM. It really went nuts with the wet snow on the backside of this for the I-85 corridor once you get north and east from Charlotte, but on through the Triad. And, of course, the mountains picking up their snow with this as well. HPC probabilities, there's your day 2 probability of at least 4 inches of snow running through northeast Mississippi, North Alabama, into southern Tennessee, North Georgia, southwestern North Carolina. And then day 3, system lifts up and it'll probably be a pretty good snow event for southern New England. It'll be a battle for the big cities close to the coast in terms of temperature profile, but certainly once inland, looks like a pretty decent snow event. So again, let me kind of lay it out there and I'll kind of, for this part of the discussion, focus in on the Carolinas. We're talking for the Piedmont, rain moving in by later tomorrow, rain with its Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and then there is that window of opportunity for possibly a little bit of wet snow as the system comes to an end Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. And anywhere along the track of that upper air low, North Mississippi, North Alabama, southern Tennessee, North Georgia, upstate South Carolina, Piedmont, North Carolina, you always have to watch out for some surprises. Many, many times those features wind up putting down snow when the models would not really indicate that they're going to do that. So again, this is a mainly rain system, but we'll watch that wet snow potential there at the tail end of it Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Okay, let's go to Thursday. Pretty quiet weather day. Friday looking relatively quiet, although I will say the European is a little bit more pronounced with another disturbance swinging through and actually generate some very, very light precip at the tail end of the work week. We'll keep an eye on that. And then we get to another big shot of cold air coming down the pike as we get toward the beginning portions of next week. And again, on some model runs, there's been a pretty good storm system developing in this part of the country around the first few days of February. And we'll watch that time period, of course, as well. All right, that is it for this Monday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.